Our next and final keynote for this morning is a renowned photographer who specializes in water, environmental, social issues for the international press. Hello, Franck. He's also a speaker and a documentary filmmaker who works often for France Télévisions. He's especially known for his work with the Bishnois that you're going to hear about in a second if you don't know that community already. They're the first ecologist from India. And he also works on a long-term project for the water crisis. And I believe you've been named an ambassador by the Bishnoi to further their cause. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Franck Vogel to the stage.
Thank you very much for having me here today. And I don't have that much time, so I will be brief. And I want to talk to you today about the Bishnoi. It's a community that lives in harmony with wildlife and nature since the 15th century. I will give you some ideas about how this community could help you to create different kind of exhibitions and how it could inspire you. So actually, just go back in time. Here we are in India, in Rajasthan, in the Thar Desert. Go back in 1485. People there experienced a severe drought, 10 years without rain. Imagine, in a desert. So people living there, you had many castes. You had Rajput, Jat people, Muslims, Dalit, many castes living there. And they were all dying. They had nothing, no way, they didn't know how to react and what to do. So they started killing the last animals left, cutting the last trees to sell the wood to get some money to buy some food. And actually at this time, a man had a vision. His name was Jambeshwar. And he was Rajput. He didn't speak much before that. And he had a vision seeing the human beings killing the environment and being killed themselves by it. So he told them, you can stay here if you want, but in some months, even weeks, you might really die because nothing will be left. You'll destroy everything. So you stay here and die, or you migrate in another place in India, or I propose you 29 rules. You have to change everything, the way you think, the way you act, everything. But I promise you, if you follow those, you will manage to survive here in a happy way. So that's Jambeshwar. There's a drawing, a painting of him with his first disciples. So the first rule, actually, is to live in harmony. Human beings are not higher or superior as trees or animals. They're the same way, equal. And they have to, so the first rule is based on respect of animals. You have to actually respect them, to share with them, and to be even ready to protect them and to give up your life to save them. So they became like, it's a bit difficult to admit to give up your life to save an animal, gazelle, but they did it. And they have also to share what I told you. He created the first eco-tax. You have to give 10% of your grains to the wild animals, especially during the dry season. And to share also water with the animals. And after 500 years, animals, those are wild animals. We're not in a zoo. They come close to human beings. This is a Bishnoi priest, and they eat in the hand. First time I've seen that, I was like, wow. I did a story in 2007, 2008. I spent 6 months in total there. And it was quite unbelievable. I was like, wow. And the second rule is based on trees. In the desert, you need to plant trees to stop the desert going forward. So actually, this man, for example, this is Ram Bishnoi. I consider him as my third grandfather, actually. He's 85 years old now, and that's his grandson. And he planted over 30,000 trees in his life. And like teaching also young people going to schools. He doesn't know how to read or to write, but he knew that he had to do this. Because Bishnoi are supposed to plant 1 tree per year and to take care of him during 2 years. Share the water with the tree during 2 years. So it's a commitment. But he decided to do more because he knew that it's a way to stop the desert. And there are other rules based on, like I told you, harmony, but it's based on respect. Women, he created in 1485 the maternity leave. Imagine, 15th century. That's a major rule of the Bishnoi. And the second rule is to, during women's period, so 4 to 5 days a month, they rest. It's just visionary. It's amazing to think about this, like over 500 years ago. They also have to filter water to have better water, like cleaner water. And they have also to filter the speech, to think 2-3 times in your head before talking. And many other rules. I won't give you all the 29, but like just to let you know a bit about them. And every year, they gather, twice a year actually, at this place, Mukam, which is the most holy place for them. The prophet, Jambeshwar, is buried here in this temple. It's a little Taj Mahal. And so 400,000 people, 400,000 Bishnoi come twice a year to this place to pay respect to the prophet, to pray with him. So they're actually throwing dry coconut with ghee. It's like purified butter. And actually they pray, and the fire conveys their prayers to their God. And actually, this place is also a very unique place, because here you see the Bishnoi are taking some sand from the bottom of the dunes and to make the dunes bigger. So they take a sand with a scarf, go up to the dune and release. It's actually, it's another way to pay respect to the prophet, because the prophet told them to protect your crops, you just have to build little sand dunes. It's like a windbreaker. And actually, just to say thank you, they did it near the holy place. And but what happened 30 years ago? They had to adapt. They adapted like 500 years ago, but here again they had to adapt. What happened? The plastic bag came from Western countries. When you buy a coconut, whatever, a banana, you get it in a plastic bag. So the Bishnoi had also plastic bags in the pockets. So instead of using the scarf, they used the plastic bag. And they took the sand, went up to the dune, throw the sand, and throw the plastic bag. So it's actually amazing to see the first ecologists, really, they became ecologists, throwing the plastic. They didn't know. It was not in the rules. Not in the 29 rules. They didn't know. But one guy, one man here, that's Kamuram Bishnoi. Kamuram Bishnoi, I met him in 2007, and he was quite amazing because he had just one guy helping him. Everybody told him, like, you're a stupid guy, what are you doing, what are you saying? Like he said, plastic is bad, you have to do something. We are the Bishnoi, we have to do something about this. It's not good for nature. But they didn't listen. So I tried to help him as much as I could. But what really worked, in 2008, end of 2008, I managed to bring back to Paris. We gave several talks at UNESCO, in many places. And actually, he was inspired by the public trash can in Paris. He said, that's the idea. We don't have this. There is no idea of a trash can in India. In the local villages, no way. Nobody knows about this. And so while I was working on a documentary for French TV, I decided to follow several Bishnois, including him. So he drew some ideas, some sketches of his trash can he wanted to do. And so he created his own one, the Bishnoi trash can, explaining what it is, actually, because nobody knew about that. And actually, in 2 years, things changed because he became known inside his own community. he was kind of respected. At the beginning, it was a bit tough, but he was respected. And then, in less than 2 years, the holy place was completely clean. He had a vision. Actually, he created, in a way, the 30th rule. And Bishnoi means 29. So actually, they are called the 29. So in a way that they remember what they have to do, what they have to follow. And now I want to give you just some ideas about exhibitions you would create in museums or in institutions based on their philosophy. I came up with 6 ideas, 6 keywords in a way. Harmony. Bishnoi are really based on harmony. That's a major philosophy. So I think in exhibitions, you should try to always think about art, what you present, life, people, even animals, could include them, vegetation, and mix all of this. Try to mix. Second keyword is vegetation. Try to add or use plants, trees in your exhibitions. This actually brings calm for the visitors. You try to connect this. I think it's very important to have this connection. Third one is recycle. Recycle, because Bishnoi are not cutting green trees. And if you have wood, try to recycle. Try to use the table again. I really liked the talk about at the Palais de Tokyo, how they do this permaculture. And I thought wow, they have it. And I told Mathieu that you're doing great. This is what you have to do. And museums around the world are really, they should be inspired by this. By permaculture, by Bishnoi, they have something to teach. And then inspiration. Try to inspire while doing an exhibition on whatever, on Picasso or another artist, or just try to find ways to link it with sustainability, adaptation to environment, to protect the earth. And share. I told you before, Bishnoi are sharing 10% of their income, of their grains. I think a good idea would be to give a ratio, I don't know how much, 5-10% of the tickets for wildlife protection or to plant trees. Just simple as this. And the last one, women. In Western countries, it's women are really, when I look at you, it's 80-90% of the people here are women. So this is not really, but around the world, it's not the same case. And I believe that it's very important to always respect them, as a Bishnoi do, and get them involved, especially in Africa, in many countries actually. And I will stop now because I'm running out of time. But today my goal is to plant a seed into your brain, just to think what you could do. And I believe everybody here in this room has a Bishnoi inside of you. Everybody can do this. Thank you.